Did you get the class?
Yep, you guys
Oh,
stay in the
okay.
class before and then after. Oh, she's gonna get it.
I'm here too.
Alright,
Okay.
so I want you guys to take a quick second and just think about something that you're passionate about. Just real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna pick on one of you. What is it you're passionate about?
I don't know. I thought about playing football.
Playing football? Okay. Would you say it's a natural born talent or it's kind of a hidden talent you found throughout, like, later on in life?
I don't know, kind of both.
Kind of both? Okay. So what is it exactly that you're doing to embrace this passion of yours, in this case football?
I don't know, just playing still.
Playing still? So you're on the football team here in school?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so some of us, we might have a passion, some of us might not. For some it might be a sport, for some it might be a certain type of art, or maybe even helping or being a teacher. So the way I see it, having a passion and actually embracing it is in a way a gateway to a number of different things. So happiness for one, besides happiness, the sense of accomplishment, satisfaction of getting something done or setting a goal, reaching towards it and actually accomplishing it. So for some of us who actually do have a passion, we might not necessarily embrace it, and we are college students and some of us might work, so timing might be an issue. So for me, my passion is boxing. Now, I have been on and off with boxing for the last 4 or 5 years. So my excuse is I don't have the time for it. At one point, maybe I don't have the money to pay for a membership, being as I had to pay 3 months in advance. But the main thing was the time. So that was my excuse. So 5 years down the road from when I had originally started, I found the time. I'm working, so I was able to pay off those 3 months in advance. And I gotta say, I feel great. I feel great physically, mentally. I definitely do feel like I'm accomplishing something whenever I do go to the gym and get that 2-hour workout in. So after 5 years, like I said, I've been on and off training, but some people maybe a year, some people it's 2 years where right away they start competing. So the way that works is you apply for a passport for boxing, you get it, and your trainer finds you a match and you start fighting. For me, 5 years later, I have my first potential bout in July, so 2 months from now. And so there definitely is that sense of on this day I'm going to be competing, so my goal is to get ready, get in shape, which is what I'm doing. I'm not exactly sure if I will be competing or not, but the fact that it's a possibility, it definitely is the motivation. And the fact that I go more now because of that makes me feel all the more better. And then besides my passion in boxing, I'm going to talk to you about a buddy of mine. So this is a picture of my buddy Timmy. This is me and my buddy Timmy 5 years ago, 6 years ago. This is when we were really young, not that young, but this is basically the first time I met him. Okay, so my buddy Timmy, a little background information on my buddy. So he was born and raised in St. Paul, raised on the west side of St. Paul. It's kind of like this project area where it's like a bunch of townhomes, and like some of his family members and peers, he kind of grew up from gangs, and eventually he made his way into a gang, and my buddy Timmy had definitely more struggles than some people would have. And because of that, he was forced to drop out of high school, and this was at a very young age, so he could have been 14, 15. At the time, he wasn't able to find a job, and once he was able to find a job, he was able to look for one, but he couldn't find one. So my buddy had to do what most people do where he comes from, which is sell drugs. And it wasn't anything personal ambitions, or it wasn't that he was money hungry, it was just more this is what he had to do. So he had a rocket life because of that, because of the way he had to live. But down the road, he found that light. He fell in love, which is something that for some of us it may be that love, or maybe it's something that something that we find and we enjoy. It turns our life around. My friend was his girlfriend Chelsea, and around this time is when we saw that he started to change his life around. He started working, and it went from him having just a part-time job to having 2 part-time jobs, and then eventually maybe 3 at one point at most is what he had. And so he was a pretty busy guy after this, and then when he did it on his free time, he did what none of us really expect, which is volunteer. He volunteered at nursing homes, he volunteered at hospitals, so he kind of put himself out there. And for my friend Timmy, this was his passion. His passion was being around other people and making an impact in their life and kind of just helping people. So unfortunately, my friend Timmy he passed away last semester, November, over Thanksgiving break. On Thanksgiving Day, he was out in California with his girlfriend's family, and he was hit by a car, unfortunately. So the reason why I mentioned my passion, and I brought up my friend Timmy, and not necessarily it wasn't the fact that it was too little too late and him finding his passion. It's more the fact that you never know what life is going to throw at you. And because of that, why don't you find that passion or try something new, embrace what you enjoy doing. And, at the end of the day, like I said, you don't know what life is going to throw your way. And, for some of us, we're fortunate enough to, over time, make our way through a difficult time or an obstacle that comes across us. For me, I found mine kind of late, especially for what I want to do, considering the fact that most people have been doing it since they were maybe 8, 10 years old. So my advice to you guys is find that passion, embrace it, go out and try something different, something new. You might not like it, but hey, it's fine. You can say that you did it, you can say you tried it. You can recommend it to somebody if it's kind of their thing. If not, then you'll find something throughout life. So this is my advice to you guys. So find that passion, embrace it, and basically just live your life. Make a change in somebody's life, or make a change in your life if that's what it takes.